Hello, Excelsior. I'm Jennifer Caron, longtime City Council member and 30-year resident. I live with my husband in the historic Mr. Jimmy house on 3rd Street where we raised our daughter, and she was now on her own living in New York City. I am running for mayor because this role requires an experienced leader with extensive knowledge of city policies, established relationships with state legislators, and a proven ability to work with city council members and staff. I have served as acting mayor over the past 6 years when the mayor was unavailable. Excelsior is not the same city it was 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. It looks and feels like a small town, but it operates as a regional destination with the complexity of a big city. The demands on our small staff and on the mayor are increasingly more complex. Excelsior needs a leader with the experience to guide a new council to ensure that we remain focused on solving the ongoing challenges we face. Let me tell you a little bit about my goals and priorities for the next 2 years if I'm elected mayor. My top priority is to secure state bonding support for our infrastructure projects in the 2025 legislative session. This will require consistent and informed communication with our state representatives in both parties. I have testified before the House and Senate Capital Investment Committees. I led the bonding tours in early 2024 at the Public Works site, and I worked directly with our lobbyist alongside the city manager. The legislature did not pass a bonding bill in '24. If they pass one in 2025, we are well positioned to receive that support. I will also focus on setting our long-term parking policies, which have been a concern for our businesses and residents. Our new parking ramp with 244 public parking spaces opens in early November. I believe the new ramp should be free public parking paid during events. Water Street and the East Municipal Lot should be free public parking. Residents should be able to park for free with a parking permit, and we need to enforce our hourly parking limits to help maintain turnover. There are many other recommendations in the parking consultant's report. The mayor and city council will focus on these policy decisions over the next 6 months. Of primary importance is a detailed long-term parking financial plan to ensure that we are saving for the big maintenance. Those requirements are at the 10 and 20-year mark. We also need a new city hall. Some are saying that the council did not plan for a new city hall when it decided to develop the west lot. This is not true. The original plan was to include City Hall as part of the One West Drive project, but we determined that to add that structure to the site would remove too much green space. The council made many site visits to buildings in our downtown, searching for another City Hall location. However, none has been a good fit for City Hall, and all are further complicated by their age and need for renovation investment. I believe we should locate city offices and council chambers at the Public Works site in a new building. We own that site, so there's no negative tax impact, and it needs reinvestment. We have outgrown our existing storage facility, and the office space is woefully inadequate. Locating all municipal services at this site brings all city staff together in a setting accessible to the public. Investing here enables us to beautify the Beerley Avenue Gateway entrance to Excelsior. We all know how busy Excelsior is, particularly in the summer when we are all outside enjoying our yards. The challenge today is to ensure that we don't overbuild the town and overload our streets with traffic that we cannot manage. As mayor, I will work to ensure that commercial development does not interfere with resident property enjoyment by limiting noise-making activities, enforcing landscape and screening buffers to mitigate lighting and backs of building views, and I'll work to make our roads safe for pedestrians and bicyclists. I will also focus on our Commons Park, and I urge residents to support the sales tax extension on the ballot. This existing half-cent tax goes directly to reinvestment in the Commons. We have been able to provide a new pavilion and plaza area and invested in saving some of our heritage oak trees, but the original $7 million is not enough to fund the other large improvements needed at the port, the playground, the bathhouse, or to address the erosion on our knolls and shoreline. These are not pet projects. They are necessary investments in our heavily used 150-year-old park. The city has no other capital funding mechanism for the Commons. Sharing the cost of Commons improvements with visitors who pay the sales tax is the only viable path forward. I hope I've given you a sense of the issues facing Excelsior and my goals and priorities. I'm passionate about Excelsior, and I know you are too. We are so fortunate to live here. Please do reach out to me with your questions and comments. I would be honored to receive your vote for mayor. Thank you.